Let's compare my astrology predictions for yesterday to what actually happened. Basically, I predicted that whether it be in court, on the streets, online, etc., we are going to be processing out loud the major headlines of the week. And I was right. Yes, in the obvious sense, but also in some situations that were maybe not so obvious. Let's dive into it. There were major storms across Indiana and Illinois yesterday. Reportedly, not all counties had their warning sirens go off, which reminds me of the Trump budget cuts to weather services. We're still seeing that play out. Right now, it's being reported that there are 2 deaths and 7 injured. Main electric lines were snapped like twigs by these tornadoes. So once again, we have the conversation of energy security, which has come up a lot this week. Editing Mariah here, forgot to mention 17 states sued the Trump administration over the higher education policy to collect data showing they are not considering race in admissions. So I was right on the court part. Now we can get into the international talk. The International Energy Agency, which consists of 32 countries, including the US, France, Germany, Japan, unanimously voted to release 400 million stockpiled barrels of oil, which is the most in history. However, to put this into perspective, this will only globally cover 4 days. And furthermore, Iran issued a warning statement saying to prepare for oil to reach $200 a barrel. And there were 2 strikes on tankers yesterday. There was a UN Security Council meeting about the escalation of the Middle Eastern crisis. Russia drafted a resolution urging ceasefire and condemning civilian attacks. They did not name Iran, though. This resolution did not pass. Bahrain drafted a resolution specifically condemning Iran's Gulf state attacks, and this passed with flying colors, which further strengthens that UAE Western allyship. However, very obviously risks escalating the broader Middle Eastern conflict, not resolving it in any way. Iran is standing 10 toes down on business in every way. They have been waiting for this moment, and they're not messing around. And we know this based on all the news that's going on right now. So, Iran's UN ambassador condemned the passing of this Bahrain drafted resolution, calling it a clear injustice against Iran. The FBI released a warning that Iran may attack the coast of California with drones. As I'm sure you know, there's been a lot of discussion around this. Iran's drones are not able to go the length of distance that it is between Iran and California. The FBI is warning that this would be from sleeper cells in the country. However, I am with the people on this one. A lot of people are saying that this is a false flag to get Americans to become pro-Iran war because the approval of this war is extremely low. It's very much reminding me of a very specific situation, which my generation grew through as kids. So I completely get the false flag vibe myself as well. As we are processing all of this, it's landing in our bodies just how true it is that this is not just a rough patch. This is an imminent collapse, and it's here now. And processing that somatically is a lot. It's easy to get lost in all of this chaos and the overwhelmingness of how much it feels like you have to do. Remind yourself to take it step by step and lower your expectations from the expectations of capitalism and individualism. And you don't have to do it all, okay? Take it step by step. Show yourself grace along the way. Here are today's transits. Here's my prediction. Basically, today is when we start really diving into the nitty-gritty details of the work that it takes to follow through on the revelation of, oh, holy mother, I need to prepare. Actually getting into those nitty-gritty details of what the preparation and work we need to be doing for ourselves in this time actually requires. The diplomatic moon in Capricorn has a tense meeting with the initiatory, structured, fiery passion of Neptune, Saturn, and Venus in Aries. The big question on the board, what is the quickest, most surefire way to turn these revelations into a reality? So on a personal scale, taking those small steps to prepare yourself for this collapse and moving into innovative collectivist modalities and systems of care instead of individualistic systems and modalities of care, specifically with the Trump regime and fascist authoritarianism in general. They're going to be, again, doubling down on their bullshit like usual, particularly avoiding accountability, avoiding the pushback they're getting, and continuing with some shady maneuvers. So as the day plays out, you and I will see just how shady they decide to be. From the afternoon into the evening, Moon in Capricorn sextiles Mars, North Node, and Mercury retrograde in Pisces. As you are trying to ground yourself into this reality and taking small steps, remember to breathe and use the feelings that are coming up as fuel to go into that journey of preparation and doing the work to find your own security in this collapsing system. So you, I, and we can move towards a more sustainable way of being, because this way of life is not sustainable and it's blowing up in all of our faces and we cannot avoid that anymore. So take it step by step, take it small. You don't have to do it all. Lean on your people and let the emotions of the chaos of it all fuel you. Channel it, okay? And I think that puts a cap on it all. So here are my shadow work prompt and mantra of the day. Feel free to answer the shadow work prompt or really talk about anything that I mentioned in this video in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you would like to dive deeper into all of this, I have a full breakdown of this week's astrology posted up on my blog. You can find it where you read blogs. Inklay is in the Isle Bay. While you are there, please take a look at the action items. We are not free until we are all free. You and I know this, or else you wouldn't be watching this video. As always, the only way out is through. Sending you so much love.